Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, January 19th. Here's what's happening. The Pentagon is reportedly ready to deploy about 1,500 active duty troops to Minnesota. Multiple sources cite defense officials as saying the soldiers would be sent to Minneapolis if the president invokes the Insurrection Act as anti-ICE protests continue in the city. Tensions have been escalating in Minneapolis since last week's fatal shooting of Renee Good by an ICE agent. Appearing on Sunday talk shows, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey said deploying federal troops would be a shocking step, and he vowed he would not be intimidated. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is defending the Justice Department's probe into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Appearing on NBC's Meet the Press, Bessent downplayed concerns over the independence of the Fed due to the investigation, saying independence does not mean no oversight. Powell confirmed the potential indictment comes from his June Senate testimony concerning renovations to Federal Reserve office buildings. He characterized the subpoenas as the latest attempt to influence the Fed and its interest rate decisions. The U.S. military has killed an al-Qaeda leader tied to last month's deadly terrorist attack against American soldiers. U.S. Central Command announced Saturday that the strike in Syria resulted in the death of Bilal Hassan al-Jassim, who was connected to the shooter who opened fire on U.S. troops on December 13th. 2 National Guardsmen and 1 civilian interpreter were killed in that attack. During his Sunday Angelus address, Pope Leo XIV drew attention to a deepening humanitarian crisis in Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, where ongoing violence has forced families to flee their homes and seek refuge in neighboring countries. He urged dialogue and reconciliation as insecurity and armed conflict continues to devastate communities. The crisis has been worsened by extreme weather, including a deadly landslide triggered by heavy rains that killed at least 18 people. The Pope also expressed concern for southern Africa, where severe flooding has claimed more than 100 lives in recent days. He offered prayers and solidarity to the victims, the displaced, and the rescue workers across the region. And Archbishop Dabula Mpako of Pretoria, South Africa, has issued a canonical decree warning dozens of cathedral parishioners to undergo a mandatory rehabilitative process or face penalties, including possible excommunication. The Archbishop says the group organized protests in December that disrupted Mass and challenged a pastoral decision, actions he says harmed church unity and violated canon law. The decree cites false and defamatory claims, misuse of the liturgy, and continued agitation through social media and appeals to church authorities. Archbishop Mpako emphasized the goal is reconciliation. And that's the news this morning. I'm Matthew Handley.